this line inside, going down, and they coming out from this Akwa Yafe, entering to the estuary. They gave a description. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are within the 0.5. Yes. Within 0.5 now. Yes. Where we are standing, we are within 0.5 of that country.
You went to Cameroon originally or after the ICJ?
Yes. From our map. Let me wait that map.
So originally it was
Nigeria. By ICJ judgment.
It now belongs to
government. Yes. So from there now, see, like I said earlier, that the original boundary of Nigeria was in Road de Rare. See it here.
Yes.
Now, after ceding this place, the boundary was moved from here to this Akwa Yafe River. You can see this line inside, this line inside, going down, and they coming out from this Akwa Yafe, entering to the estuary. They gave a description. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are within the 0.5. Yes. Within 0.5 now. Yes. Where we are standing, we are within 0.5 of that coordinate. So down to Equatorial Guinea, flow down to G points, then turn back to Equatorial Guinea.
Well, we have boundary with Sao Tome, Equatorial.
Yes.
Where is Cameroon? I mean, where is Akwa Ibom in this?
Akwa Ibom is here, West Point here.
Or on where you left. Where you left at the back
side.
This West Point, this West Point we are talking about is somewhere there. Very far.
So Cross River has a boundary with Equatorial Guinea.
Yes.
No, start with Cameroon.
From Cameroon down
to Equatorial Guinea, to the sea. To the sea, right?
Yes. The Cameroon cannot pass here.
Yes.
The G points.
You know, in the judgment, Cameroon actually wanted up to the G point.
Yes.
But the international court said because Equatorial Guinea was not party to the suit, they cannot give judgment against Equatorial Guinea.
Yes.
So they stopped Cameroon at that G point.
That's
which made their continental shelf to be reduced.
Yes.
You understand?
They can't ask for extension.
They wanted it elongated up to Sao Tome to be part of that Sao Tome Joint Commission. Oh, wow. So the court stopped it at that point.
So you can see what they did.
I know
now.
the reason why our own continental shelf is elongated is because the estuary is still flowing to the sea. So in international law, it is called prolongation of the coastline, and it's called elongated continental shelf. That's why the UN extended our continental shelf after the judgment to by 16,300. So Nigeria continental shelf is no longer 200 ISO, but it's 220. You understand?
Yes. If they want to apply it in between Nigeria or
that is why Lagos now can extend up to the Dahomey Basin. They can drill up to Dahomey Basin because of the extension of that continental shelf. That's why Ogun State will be oil producing because that continental shelf. Cameroon continental shelf is receding because they don't have as much estuaries as we have. Nigeria has 8 estuaries. The first estuary is this Cross River estuary. Once you say this one is closed, then it means you don't have boundary with Equatorial Guinea. We're down to the G point.
So we are still saying if this estuary was closed, that means
you cannot draw a line on a piece of paper and say the water is not flowing again now. Because, see, maritime law is the interpretation of scientific processes. It's not like the law of evidence. So once you say water continues to flow consistently, it's science. You cannot draw a line on a piece of paper and say the water is not flowing. The only thing you do is to do hydrographic survey, which under the Nigerian Armed Forces Act is with the Nigerian Navy. Of course. So the hydrographer general of the Federation is Nigerian Navy. Once they finish the map, they take it back, which is why the Navy map was the first to recover this part of the territory for Nigeria. Yes. Because all the vessels passing here will pay towage levy. If the vessel is bad, Navy will provide towing services and they pay. So as of last week, Nigeria has received 11-point-something million from that Navy activity.
$1 million?
Dollars. No, which I was explaining to you that it is the Navy survey that was used to approve the DC port. You understand? He provided that access. That's why the president gave approval. Because you can't give a deep sea port to a non-littoral state.
Yeah, to a landlocked state.
Yes, you must have access to the sea to have a deep sea port approval.
So that's where we are.
So that 2008 map they did, because Obasanjo excellently captured this thing well before he left office. But when Obasanjo left, I think they paid money to somebody, sorry to say, they came back and changed what the president did and drew a line across the estuary. So what has happened is that Obasanjo gave Cross River 76 oil wells, gave Akwa Ibom 14. Now the coordinates for those oil wells started from that marina resort you left. So when the court said the oil wells between Cross River and Akwa Ibom should be placed where Akwa Ibom say they have transferred it to them. The question is that have they transferred the coordinates?
No.
No, that's the problem. So if you come to Cross River, you still see coordinates. Because each of those 76 oil wells is probably like 400 now. The coordinates are, see the platform, they see another one here. They keep increasing. So that's why when this last exercise was done, the panel recovered this part of the body of water and showed to the president that already you are losing, if you adopt that Akwa Ibom line, you will lose 780 hectares, 2 kilometers of water, plus 79 oil wells to Cameroon.